I learned today she was actually below 1%. They are going to monitor me weekly though from here on out. I'll show you guys a little bump shot here. So the big question is today, what happened when I went in? Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the long awaited video. If you're new here, my name is Heather and I am in week 26 with my boy-girl Di twins. And if you have been following my story, then you know that it's just sort of been one thing after another around here. I had to have surgery and then I went in for post-op surgery and then there was these complications with the babies. They had severe growth restriction, IUGR, and it's been about 3.5 weeks since that appointment, and little girl was 1 percentile. I learned today she was actually below 1%. She was off the charts below 1%. And then little boy was 12%. The appointment prior to that, he was 24% and she was 4%. So it definitely alarmed my doctor that they had gone down and significantly down. So we gave it 3.5 weeks. In that time, I've been drinking 2 protein shakes a day. I have been on bed rest so that every ounce of energy is going to helping them grow. So I'm not exerting any extra energy. You know, if you go for a walk, you're putting pumping blood to your legs, your muscles, and that is energy and blood that's not being pumped to my babies who really need it to grow. And then I've been on a leave from work as well to cut any stress of any kind and just allow myself to lay low as much as possible. So the big question is today, what happened when I went in? My doctor said it was good. It was pretty much as good as we could have hoped for, all things considered, being practical. So little girl went from, well, I'll start with little boy. He was 24%, then he went down to 12% at my last appointment, and he almost doubled in weight and is back to 22%. He was measuring, gosh, I think he was like 1 pound at the last appointment, and he is measuring 1 pound 14 ounces, so he's almost doubled in weight, which is great. And then little girl, our little petite princess, below 1% off the charts at the last appointment. She was weighing 13 ounces at the last appointment, I think 13 ounces. Now she is still in 2nd percentile. She's 2% in growth, but she is weighing 1 pound 8 ounces. So she's almost doubled in weight. So that's honestly really great news. They are growing. It's not like they were stagnant. There's a lot of pieces to this puzzle. You know, we don't know if all the changes that I made and things I did the past 3 weeks are what kept them growing. I mean, they think yes. She doesn't necessarily want me on like a full bed rest. She said it would actually be really good mental health wise and for muscle atrophy to have a little bit more activity. Nothing crazy. She said, you know, if you want to do like a walk up and down the street sort of thing, that'd be good. She wants me to keep on the protein shakes. She does want me to wait to go back to work until I hit the 28-week mark, which is sort of like the next big threshold. We're just still in a little bit of a fragile window here. She said they're both past 500 grams weight-wise. That's sort of almost like a viability mark. If they're under 500 grams, the NICU wires and tubes, they're too big for a 500 gram baby. So she does think that if they can stay on this curve, even though they're small, if they can stay on this growth curve, that I could carry them. Oh, if everything goes well at this point, like at least 34 weeks, she's thinking, which would be fantastic. You know, you just don't know. My water could break tonight and that's it. So they are going to monitor me weekly though from here on out because little girl is still 2%. I mean, that's still very little. They aren't going to do like full growth scans every week. They're just going to check like her movement, like kind of watch her move around, kind of see how she like wiggles around, and then check with a Doppler the umbilical cord and placenta blood flow. They said that they did not see any issues today again with the placenta or the umbilical cord or the blood flow. It all looked as it should. They're just small. They're twins. They're just growing small. And the big thing for her, we think, is the umbilical cord placement. And that's why she's just not getting all the nutrients that she needs. If you missed it, her placenta, instead of the umbilical cord coming out of the center, you know, like a tree root and kind of getting all the nutrients from the placenta, her umbilical cord attached to the end of it, which just happens. It's just random. But then all the nutrients like at the other end of the placenta it just takes a long time, or it doesn't really get to the opposite end to give her all the nutrients. So one interesting thing that they saw too was that her head and her like stomach was measuring a little bit above, a little bit closer to where we are at 26 weeks. So her legs and her arms were looking a little small and skinny, which is to be expected in IUGR babies because all the nutrients and blood flow and everything is going to the most important parts first. So her brain development, you know, all your organs and everything are taking that essential goodness first. She said it doesn't look skeletal, like an issue with her bones or anything, and that's just something that will either correct itself the longer she is in me or once she's born. But overall, it seemed hopeful, and I really went into it trying to be as neutral as possible. I didn't go in thinking that little girl was gonna be like 50th percentile. It was just like I've done everything I know I could have done, and it is what it is, sort of thing. But I want to say that there are so many of you who have commented on these videos, sent me hundreds of DMs saying that you are thinking of us and our family and praying for us. And I have no doubt that the power of prayer helped these babies grow. Now, there were the handful of practical things that we knew we were able to do, but there was only so much we were able to do, and we had to rely on our faith for the rest of it. So we're just really grateful to God that these babies grew, and grateful for all of you who prayed for us and kept us in your thoughts. It just really meant the world to us, so thank you. I want to say thank you so much. I know in one of my past few videos here, I shared our baby registry, and I really truly did that to help, you know, just guide any moms out there building their own registry. But some of you actually went on and sent us gifts from our registry, which was so fun to receive. So incredibly kind and thoughtful of you guys to do. I mean, Marsha, Deborah, Alyssa, Melissa, Lynn, Haley, thank you so much. You guys sending gifts to us out of the kindness of your heart was incredibly generous. It made us so happy. So thank you so much. Okay, I think that is all of the little details. One cool thing we finally got to see a profile shot of little girl, which this entire time we have not been able to see because she's been so like in such weird positions. And we got to see a 3D shot of little boy. So cute, his little like scrunched up face. He looks so angry, but it's so weird to see. It makes it feel so real. I'll show you guys a little bump shot here. I mean, hello, there better be a bump. 3 weeks of laying on the couch drinking multiple protein shakes a day. Here's the bump. This is 26 weeks with 20s. Looking pretty good. Yeah, thank you guys so much for all of your love and support and your prayers for us and these little babies. It means the world to us. We're almost at the end of the second trimester now, so I'll have a full second trimester in review video, kind of get back to those like I was doing in the beginning, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.